The girls are going to supervise me today. This is Nala over here, and that's Peaches. Hi, girls. Hi, everyone. We're going to get started on our list that we made yesterday. I measured my beds right here. Onions and beets will not fit into this, but I have 2 rose bushes. I'm going to put onions in one around the rose bush and beets in the other. But we need to prep this before we can do that. So I have a few tools. My handy dandy little, I don't know what you call this, my little bench. It's wonderful. I love it. I do have another one of these in case I need to flip this over and lay across it so I can have my knees on this. I'll explain that if I have to do it. I have a bucket here to put all of the weeds and everything in so I can dump it in the compost. I do have my rose plant food. I have me a tool. I don't know what it's called. It's not a regular. Anyway, I have a tool. I have my beet seeds that are going to go in the other one. I have my onion sets that are going to go in this one. My trowel. I think that's what that's called. I figured while I'm out here, I might as well trim up my rose bushes. So I brought my pruner. I have a measuring tape, which I used, and gloves. So, I'm not going to make you sit and watch slow motion, so I'm going to speed it up. So that didn't take as long as I thought it would. Next, before we plant anything, I'm gonna trim her up. Yep, she needs a haircut. All right, she looks better. Now, it's time to start planting some onions. Still picking weeds out. Okay, so what I'm going to do, let me see. These need 1 to 2 inches dry and 3 to 4 inches green. So the difference, okay, we got some different here. The difference between dry and green, that ain't gonna work. Okay, let me find one. I took those off, huh? Oh, come on, I just seen one in here. So basically, a dry one is going to be completely dry. A green one is going to have already started sprouting, and you'll see the little green tips. So, I am just going to lay these so spacing 3 to 4 inches. So, and I wanted a couple of inches away from the base of the rose bush. So, I'm just going to lay them zigzag. Now, from my research, they say about 6 inches away from the base of the roses is where you can plant your onion sets. So, I have my tape measure. So that is 8 inches. I'm just going to go around like that. Don't know exactly how many we're gonna fit in here. Should be quite a bit. I'm just gonna eyeball the 8 inches. Gotta have lots of them. want to use ones that are so dried up that they're empty. The little paper that covers them is empty. Don't want to use those. Aha! See? I knew I found a green one. See the little green tip on the end? That is a green one. All right, and that's about how much we're going to do. All right, the soil is pretty soft, so I should be able to just do this with my fingers, but because we're going to use this, scissors. Maybe not. Ta-da. There we go. All right. I'm gonna take a break for a second because my back's hurting. So stick around. Okay, got a drink of water, rest of the back, we're good to go. If you hear noise in the background, that's just my husband mowing the yard. So, this rose bush has been here since we bought this house 7 years ago, but I really haven't taken care of it. But you know what? It's stubborn and it's still here, so we're going to start taking care of it. So I have this rose plant food. I'm going to work it into the soil as I'm planting the onions. And we'll water afterwards. I'm just going to use a small amount, and definitely when handling any kind of fertilizer, wear some kind of protection. And always stand to the root side. Yeah. No, it's right. I should be marking these. Does it have any mark? Okay, so we have salt on this side. Going to go over to the other side. You can go over there. Okay, so I lost count because my little, hang on, my little grandpa kid came to see me. Daddy let him out for a little bit. So, I lost count. I'm going to try and go back in the video, rewatch how many I planted, and then I'll post up on the screen. I am going to water these in really good, and then we got one done. All right, so we did a deep water. These should be good for a couple days. I'll come out here in a little while. I'll throw some leaves on them, and they'll be good. And hopefully we'll have some onions here in a few months. Yay! Okay, it's the next day. We're gonna put the beets over here. I have the same tools, except I have this handy dandy thing that I'm gonna make quick work of this because it is warm out here. Yeah, so let's get busy. I did not trim up this rose bush yet because it is not in the best of shape. We're going to, after the seeds come up, I'm going to fertilize it and take some good care of it and see how it produces this year. We might have a lost rose bush, but we're holding out hope. And I'll tell you, this tool right here, this will give your arms a workout. is hot. My eyes are burning because I have sweat in them. We're gonna plant our beets. I'll do a voiceover on how I'm planting them. Okay, so I'm not sure what happened with my video, but here in a minute it cuts off and it doesn't finish. So I'm just gonna have to show you the after picture. I moistened the ground because we haven't had much rain here lately. The beets, I will have to thin out. It was just so hot and I was sweating so much. I only planted them about half an inch deep. I covered them up, watered them in good, and then mulched with leaves. Now I did not put very much leaves on top because only a thin layer is needed, so the beets don't have to fight to come up through the mulch. But it was a very hot day, but I am very happy that I was able to get this done. So just enjoy what's left of the video, and I will see you in the next project. Good morning. It is 10 o'clock on Saturday. It is currently almost 70 degrees outside, but the high today is supposed to be 97. So we're gonna get this blueberry transplanted and get this area cleaned up before it gets hot. So I'm just gonna do voiceover from here on out. Enjoy the video. Okay, so it was starting to get a little warm. At the end of this, you'll see me sweating. So I was trying to hurry. I cleaned up all of the hay that I had mulched over winter, and there was like only 2 weeds. Now that was the blueberry bush that I pulled up. The roots were still compacted. They hadn't even tried to spread. I just tested the pH balance. For blueberries, it has to be between 4 and 6. This was sitting at an 8.5. So I added some of the sulfur that I will put at the end of the video. I mixed it into the ground, and then I put the blueberry in. Now I wanted to go ahead and check on the other blueberry bush that I had planted last year. I did check the pH on that. That was at an 8.5 also. So I just moved some of the mulch away, sprinkled some of that sulfur around, which you'll see me doing in right here. Oh, look at that big old worm. I was so happy with that worm. Anyway, and then I put the sulfur a couple inches away from the root of the base of the blueberry, and I just massaged it into the ground and then recovered it up with the mulch. I did not put any mulch leaves down because I still had probably a good inch layer of mulch from last year on there, and I would rather save my leaves for something else. Now the water was still moist, So I didn't water too much, but I needed to have some water contact on that sulfur that I put in. Next item on the list, hardening off my plants. The soy doing really well. Looks like a couple of cats may have chewed off the tops, but we have new leaves. Oh, sorry. We have new leaves coming in, and it's doing really good. The tomatoes, on the other hand, are not doing so good. So I am having a friend of mine start me some tomatoes because she does excellent at them. So yeah. Now all of my other plants. This is asparagus. I've only got 3 that came up. This one came up, but it didn't do nothing. Those are sunflowers that haven't come up yet. That's dill. I don't know why it's not coming up. That's marigolds. They're not coming up. There's some zinnias and 1 calendula. And then right here are 4 loofahs. It looks like only a couple of them are doing any good. That's why I planted more. Back here we got flowers and a couple other things. Those are the zucchini. I did have to stake them up with little wood pieces, but they're actually doing really good. And I think we're going to be transplanting them next week. Now my green beans didn't do nothing. Those are probably going to have to be direct seeded. So that will probably be a next week thing. And I just have a couple little things like my broccoli. I don't know. I've tried hardening it off. Yeah, it's gone. Hasn't really done anything. But I have lots of chamomile that I'm going to get transplanted here pretty soon. That was lettuce that has not come up. I don't know what's going on with that. I have a couple rosemary. I have a couple basil, and that is celery. Nothing else came up. So it has been a rough start this year, but I'm not giving up because it is still early. Okay. We got just about everything done on the list. The last thing was start prepping garden for seedlings. I'm actually going to start doing that in the next video set that we do. So stick around for that. I'm going to be filming the new set of lists probably either tonight or tomorrow. And then we can start on that together. But I'm quite happy with what we got done. And thank you for sticking around, because y'all are holding me to this. You know, I got to answer to you guys. So, yeah, thank you for watching my videos and holding me accountable to make sure I do all this. I mean, I would probably do it, but anyway, thank you for sticking around. If you want to see how I do the rest of the year, then yeah, subscribe, like, comment, share. And I will see you in the next set of chores.